For this Java assignment, we have two friends, Anna and Brian, and they're deciding how to split a bill at a dinner. So each is going to only pay for the items they consume. Brian is going to get the check, and it's going to calculate Anna's portion. So we must determine if his calculation is correct.
Three columns
For this
here.
example, we can
The
assume
next
the
question
bill has the
is
following
what
pricing.
should be
Our bill is going to
the
be 2,
tuples
4,
here,
and
right?
6.
So we know
But for our code, we are actually going to take user input.
Need to do is I'm going to do a projection.
So that is going to be really cool. We're going to
put the employee here, right?
And we'll see this in a second.
And the only thing I need is department number, so I'm going to put the DNO here.
Correctly, Anna will pay.
But let's see what's going on. So when I get this, say my result is called result.
And then we'll just divide it by however many that we have left.
My result
and then we have
schema should
cost
be
of the bill, and we're going to go over all of this in a second. And we're going to go over the function description as it happens.
Only one
so
I have in my
I'm going to run this, and when I run this, I'm going to run the debug.
And when we do that, let's just follow the same.
So the first thing that happens is we have our public static void main.
And we
have
copy down things firstly without
take user input. And we have an integer b to store this inside of here. Now this breakpoint should probably be right down here for the debug. And we can see that it starts right here. Now it's going to go here.
The input I have 8.
As a next
the output I also seems like 8. But this one will not work.
For the first line. So what is
because
well, the first line contains two space separated integers n and k, the number of items ordered, and the zero-based index of the item that Anna did not eat. So we know that we're going to have an array. The k is going to be the n is going to be the number of items that they're ordering, so that's the total size of the array, and the k is which index that Anna has not eaten. So for our example, we're going to use like 4 and 1. So we have an array of size 4, and at the first element is the one that Anna did not eat. So we can press enter here, and we're going to step through our code some more. Back in the debugger, our n is equal to 4, that's what we stored, and our k is going to equal to 1. Now we're going to do integers for an array. We print this out, we want to take user input. Now we have this in.next line to pick up any garbage. I just have that in there because otherwise the code won't work. So we're going to step through this. We are going to store our actual next line in this cost. So doing that here, we go back to the console, and then we have the integers for our array. For this example, we're going to use like 3, we're going to use 10, we're going to use 2, and we're going to use 9. We can press enter here, and it's going to go through this code again. We are going to use the string tokenizer to go through this and add all of the integers from here into this bill, which is an array of size n. And we can use a for loop for this. So use a for loop, we go through here, and then we're going to add everything to our array with an integer.parseInt, and then we pass in the token.nextInt. So that gets our token. After we do all of this, we are going to move on to our third line. And for our third line, it's going to be a little bit different. The third line contains an integer b, and that integer b is our user input right here. It's the in.next line. And this is the amount of money that Brian charged Anna for her share of the bill. So basically they get the bill, Brian is going to pay for it, and he's going to charge Anna for this. And what we're going to return is the amount of money that Brian owes Anna in case he overcharges her. So if we keep stepping through this, we go back in the debugger, we are going to have our bill as all zeros, and then we are going to increment through this, adding everything inside of here. Once we do this, we are going to step in here, and we want our user input. So the money that Brian charged Anna, we're going to say is 12. So we have 12 here, and if we wanted to, we can change this. We could change it to like 7. And notice how we have 3, 10, 2, 9. So if we have this first element as chosen, Anna is not going to eat this. So she's going to eat the 3, 2, and 9 only. That means the cost is going to be 14. So what we should have is 14 divided by 2, because remember, they're splitting the meal in half. Anna pays half and Brian pays the other half. So if the total price is equal to b, after this division, we have a bonAppetit. And as a matter of fact, just because I'm in the debugger, I'm not going to change it now, but we could take this total price and possibly divide it by 2 inside of here, and then set it equal to b to test it out. Otherwise, we want to give Anna her remainder, so we're just going to do the b minus the total price. And we can see that inside of here, we have 12, that's the amount of money that Brian charged her. Just enter, back in the debugger, we can run through this, and it's going to keep going through here, and it's running this as long as a is not equal to k. And what this is doing is it's saying we want to run this as long as our a, some just arbitrary number, is less than n, because we want to step through all of the elements in our array. And if our a is not equal to k, we add the element to the total price, because the element is the price. We say a is not equal to k because we don't want to add into the total price the one that Anna is taking out, the one that we have input for our line 1. I think that's like the n or the k. I think it's the k. The n is the size of the array, and the k is the one that Anna doesn't want. So at element 1, it's not going to be added in here. So we can keep stepping through this. We can see our total price is 7, and so Anna is going to have a remainder of 5, and that should be printed out here. And that's how we would look through this code. If we wanted to change it and actually get the bonAppetit output, we could run our main, and we're going to do the same thing where we have a 4, 1, and then we are going to have a 3, 10 to 9, enter, and then we could just do 7, because the 7 or the 14 divided by 2 is going to be 7, so that is half the price, and we get bonAppetit. And that's how we would look at this project and how we would run our code for it.